Hey everybody, what's up? Today we are on our fourth video, that is 4 of 5 videos, on the New Year's resolution to eat healthy and get fit. Now today we're going to be continuing our discussion on exercises, but today specifically exercises that can be done in 30 minutes or less, but still maximize your ability to obtain your personal goals. This up next on Chopping It Up with Stacie Lamar. Hey everybody, welcome back to Chopping It Up. And with me today I have physical trainer extraordinaire, Miss Nicole Lane. Nicole, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing just dandy. Thank you so much, Stacie, for having me on here.
Oh girl, it is my pleasure. Trust me, it is my pleasure to have you here. Go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself.
All right, well, I am a certified personal trainer with a specialization in performance enhancement as well as golf fitness, and I've been in the fitness industry for the majority of my life, but I've definitely had my ups and downs and reignited my passion over the past 3 years, and I love helping people get from point A to point B and knowing that I just have the honor of helping them along the way.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be one of those people that you help get to point B. Hopefully I won't be too much of a bother.
Like I said, it's my honor. It truly, truly will be.
Alrighty. So hey, the time is gonna go fast, so let's just dive into it. All right. So first off, with this resolution, this particular resolution of eating healthy and getting fit, do you think that one of the reasons why people fail at this is that they set their goals too high? Is that a statement that you find to be true?
I would agree with that statement. I think people have a tendency to overpromise themselves a certain routine or a certain amount of time, and they're just going to burn out because it's too much to ask for in the beginning. In the beginning, it's not about getting a 40-minute cardio session in followed by an intense hour weight training session. You're going to be setting yourself up for failure if you go that route. What you want to do is set yourself up for success. The biggest thing that you can do is just get yourself showing up. That is the key thing, is to be consistent with your routine. So if that's 5 minutes, if all you can do is promise yourself 5 minutes, that is what the key is to be. Because it's not about losing the weight necessarily in the beginning. It's forming the habits that'll lead you to losing the weight.
Oh wow, well said, well said. Okay, now here's something though. Oh my God, that was so well put. What you said it's about forming the habit. You know, guys, that is the key right there. You have to form the habit. You know, now, Nicole. So I have formed the habit. And, I get up and I do my 5-10 minutes every day. But do you think people have the tendency to get complacent and they won't push themselves past that 5 to 10 minutes? Do you find that to be true? That we get complacent?
I think the biggest thing is once you get moving, you will actually get an amount of energy that you didn't even realize that you had. If you set yourself up and you say 5 minutes, everything else is literally just icing on top of the cake. I'm not telling you to go out and eat a bunch of cake and icing, but what I would love for you to do is just get out there, start that 5-minute walk. Once you get that 5-minute walk in, your body is actually going to feel more energy, and this adrenaline will start rushing through your body, so you are a lot more likely to get that 20 minutes in or 30 minutes in, or be like, you know what, that walk was awesome. I'm going to throw in an extra 10 squats at the end of this. Or maybe you're feeling really feisty that day, you're going to do a couple of jump squats instead of those regular squats. You're more likely to push yourself that extra inch because you showed up. where if you didn't show up because that thought of 40 minutes just got really overwhelming for you, you're going to send yourself into a spiral of, you know what, I failed, I'm not even going to do it. You're going to start spinning yourself into this mindset of, I'm a failure. No, you're not. Snap that band, get your mind right, and stop calling yourself a failure, because you are showing up for you to be the best you possibly can, so everybody else in your life also gets that inspiration from you, and you are just going to spread the light to everyone around you, and you're going to get even more empowered every single day that you show up, because your friend's going to be like, dang, you still showing up? That's insane. And it's just a snowball effect in the most positive of ways.
Oh my God, yes. Okay, so do you, now you mentioned losing weight. Is that a term that shouldn't necessarily be a part of this resolution? I mean, I know that's what we're all trying to do, but isn't it more about losing inches? So basically, how attached should we be to the scale? You know, should we be on the scale every day going, oh man, I only lost a pound? Or should we just, like, forego that scale for a little bit and like you said, get into the habit of showing up and just showing up and doing what we are supposed to be doing?
So I would say in that stance, everybody loves to lose weight. Everybody likes to be able to brag about the fact that they lost 10 pounds in 1 week or whatever it is they might think that they can do or want to do. The more important part is, yes, have that goal of whatever pounds you want to lose. That's great. That is kind of like that carrot in front of you at first. However, it's not about losing that 30 pounds or that 40 pounds, or maybe you want to run a marathon. Maybe that's your goal. The goal is not to run a marathon. The goal is to become a runner. The goal is not to lose 30 pounds. The goal is to be somebody that consistently works out. Otherwise, once you lose that 30 pounds or get that marathon done and under your belt, you're no longer going to have that drive and that ambition anymore to keep showing up. Like, well, I did it, and then all of a sudden you just stop working out, or you stop exercising, or whatever it is, you stop eating right, and you gain all of that weight back. That is the issue with all of these yo-yo diets and people losing and gaining weight, is they were too focused on that specific number and weren't focused enough on forming the habit of showing up. Where if you were to just say, I'm going to show up 5 days a week, 3 days a week for myself, and it's not a count down, it's a count up. How many days am I going to be able to show up for myself? And you just keep that train going, and next thing you know, you have switched your entire life around. It is that little bit of a change.
Oh my God, yes. Okay, all right. All right, so we're going to get into a little bit of the nutrition. Now, before I get started, now, you and I have spoken about, what I'm going to be doing, or, what I would like to be doing. And I'm just hoping that mine, because like I want to be an example for you guys. I will, on the next upload, I will reveal my staggering numbers, if you will, and what I'm trying to accomplish. But I want to be that example for you. Like I said, I want you guys to take this journey with me in forming that habit. Like Nicole said, I love that. We want to get into making this a lifestyle, and not just a goal to let's go drop 30 pounds. And like she said, oh well, I lost that, and let's go put it back on again. But Nicole, do you think what we talked about, do you think that's a little aggressive for me? Or, or do you think it's just, if it's in my mind and my drive, that I can do it?
So, first off, you will get this. You will hit your goals. We're going to be real clear on that. It's not you might, you will. You are going to hit your goals. You are going to crush it. You are going to be that inspiration. You get to impact all of these people here listening to your show, because you are a great person, and you get to have this kind of an opportunity to make all these people lose this weight, because you have taken the time, the effort, and the energy to create this type of an environment. And I'm grateful for you to do this. I'm grateful to be just a small part of it, and I'm here to help you make sure that you keep your mind right too. And I think that what you're doing is a fantastic thing. And I think, and I'm going to correct myself on that one, I know that you're going to hit this, and I know that you're going to inspire all of these people. And what you're going to do, you're going to show up and you're going to form all these habits. You're going to start the interval training. We'll go over some intervals. You're going to keep that nutrition right. You're going to keep it tight. You're going to take care of yourself, and everybody else is going to be so excited to just be along the way with you. You're going to show up. You have your routine. You're going to stick to that routine. You're going to write it down. You're going to say, okay, from whatever time. I know you got to work later on. Maybe it's from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock or 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. That's your time. That is Stacie's time to be the best name that he can be. That is your workout zone. You got 20 minutes? Awesome. You're going to do some squats in the morning. You're going to do some push-ups. Maybe they're wall push-ups and second ground push-ups in the beginning. Nobody should really be. That core is going to be nice, tight, and activated. When I say activated, I want you to just do a little fake cough for me right now, Stacie. Just go, Do you feel that core activate, how that belly button kind of went in?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That is an activated core. So if you do a push-up on the wall or a door or whatever it is, and you have that core feeling like that fake cough you just did, you are now turning that push-up into a core exercise. Okay. Just like that. You are hitting your core without doing a single dang crutch. So you're going to do some squats, some push-ups. You can do such simple things, dips on a couch or a bench or a coffee table. Just doing a quick thing like that in the morning, you will start forming that habit that you need to be able to crush those goals.
Right. All right. You make me just want to just get started. Okay.
Fired up.
Okay. So we're gonna touch on a little bit of the eating habits here. All right. So what most people believe, and myself included, is that you want to put as little in and burn that for the day, and then also have the body burn the excess that you have stored up over time. Is that true? Is that how we want to be doing this, or do you just eat healthy meals and really not worry about, per se, what the calorie intake is? How does that work?
So I truly believe in calories in versus calories out. You have to consume less calories than you take in.
Okay.
So generally speaking, every 3,500 calories that you can take out of your diet is 1 pound of fat, generally speaking. So if you take out 3,500 calories, times that by 2, so 7,000 calories in a week. Pretty easy to do. Break that down. Just take out about 500 calories per day in your nutrition. So 2,000 calories a day. Take that down to 1,500 calories. You're going to lose about 2 pounds of fat per week. 2 pounds of fat per week, that's going to equal out to what? 2, 4, 6, 8. You got 8 pounds that you can lose in a month. Then you go to 16 pounds. Then you go to 32 pounds in 4 months. How to split losing 32 pounds in 4 months down.
Okay, guys, did you hear this? I mean, wow. I mean,
it's little things, and it's not thinking, man, I have to take out 3,500 calories in a week. That sounds way too scary to some people, or 7,000 calories. So break it down to those small, itty-bitty, daily things that you can do instead. So that's where you go, okay, can I take out 500 calories in the day? Yes, I can. How am I going to do that? I'm going to take out the grease. I'm going to take out the steak. I'm going to replace it with some nice healthy fish, a little bit more greens. I'm going to make sure that I get those small meals in throughout the day instead of gorging myself in one insane freaking 1,500 calorie meal at dinner with that gnarly, greasy burger with all the French fries and everything like that. It's just eating smart. And if you have that non-negotiable meal, don't get me wrong, I eat 12 Sour Patch Kids every night. I love Sour Patch Kids. It's a non-negotiable thing for me. But I play it smart.
You said
I portion them out into a small little ramekin, and I count out 12, like I got OCD on this, and I'm not allowed any more than that. But my sweet tooth is nice and happy, and I'm not overloading my body with sugar.
Okay. Now, do you believe that it is just important when you eat, just as important, when you eat, as opposed to the calorie intake? So, like, say, for instance, myself, I really don't eat all that much. I mean, to look at me, you wouldn't think so. You'd be like, that brother has never missed a meal in his life. But I really don't eat a whole lot. I mean, Scout's honor, guys, I don't eat a lot. I mean, as a matter of fact, I think I may eat once a day. But it's when I eat is the problem, because I work so much. because I'm currently at this point, because of the way everything is kind of happening, in today's times, I'm currently working a full-time and a part-time. Actually, no, I'm working 2 full-time jobs. And so when I get the opportunity, I am not only hungry, but I am tired. I mean, I am just beat. It's a wrap. So I eat, and what I eat might not be necessarily anything heavy, but I eat it and then I go to sleep because I'm tired. I just worked 16 hours. So is that just as, so when you eat, is that just as important as how many calories you put in your body?
It plays a fairly big role, I will state that. When I say those small meals throughout the day, that actually is a pretty important fact. What basically ends up happening when you eat a bunch of small meals throughout the day, you keep your body in what's called an anabolic state or protein building state, where your body is trying to create muscle or build more into your system. Maybe that's new brain cells, maybe that's better neural connections within your body. It's in a build phase when you're constantly feeding your body. I'm talking like every 3 to 5 hours, consuming a small little snack meal. You can prep those little snack meals. It can be just like hummus and carrots that you can keep on the way, snack in the car, anything. Just get a little snack, a protein shake. Just have that ready to go, that powder in there, and then shake that water up when you know it's time for you to eat. It becomes critical because your body is then in a continuous building state. Just like it's incredibly important, if you have an issue making sure that you eat right after your workout, one of the important things that you need to do, and I stress this, is consume something within 30 minutes after your workout. That's a nice protein carbohydrate blend. The easiest thing that most people find is a protein shake. The reason why they always say protein shake after your workout is it takes your body out of this breakdown phase that you put yourself into when you work out. You, in essence, when you work out, are tearing down your muscles. They then need to build back up. However, after you finish your workout, your body still thinks that it's supposed to be tearing things down. To snap it out of that breakdown phase, you need to consume the protein or carbohydrate, and your body automatically switches back to that build-up phase. So you also won't be as sore the next day because you've taken yourself out of this breakdown phase. I know anybody that started working out for the first time after they haven't in a while, they feel, holy stars and stripes, I'm so sore, I can't even move. And then they get less likely to even work out in the next few days. Consuming that good nutritionist food within 30 minutes after your workout is going to help stop that amount of soreness and fatigue the following day. And your body's going to be ready to attack the rest of the day after you have taken in that good nutritious meal after your workout. Now, if you consume your meal right before you go to bed, the issue with that is your body's going to focus more on metabolizing the food and digesting the food that you just took in instead of detoxing and recharging you and your battery. So it's too focused on getting all of that protein and carbohydrates and fat broken down from that meal, especially if it's your biggest meal. That's a lot of work for your body to break it down. So instead of getting all that toxin out of your body and making sure you have the proper energy and you're good for the next day so you can wake up with that extra little pep in your step to tackle the morning, it's just been too focused on digesting that food. So that's why it gets important. Get that meal in an hour or two before you go to bed. It takes about an hour to 2 hours, depending on the combination of food you've eaten, for your body to digest it, and then for that not to really be too big of an issue anymore. So 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed, please get that dinner in then instead of right before you go to sleep.
Okay. No, okay. Because that was one of the things that I wanted to ask you is roughly how long does it take the body to digest, a nice meal, a nice healthy meal, a protein, a carb, and a vegetable. So you say at least 2 hours.
That would be ideal. Okay. And you can also take into consideration, so there is this thing called the thermic effect of food. What that is, in essence, is your body has to spend energy to break down the food that you just took in. So protein, carbohydrates, and fats, those are the 3 main things everybody's always heard of. They have a different thermic effect, or your body has to work harder for some to break down and less for others. So when you take in a protein, 20% of the calories that you just took in for that protein, you actually spend just breaking it down. So if you just took in 100 calories of protein, 20 calories of that protein source actually was already expended just breaking it down so your body could use it into its amino acid form. For carbohydrates, it's 6%. So if you had 100 calories of carbohydrates, 6 calories were used breaking down. If you take in 100 calories of fat now, 3 calories are used to break it down. So your body's really freaking efficient at breaking down fat, which is also why it's stored a lot easier as well. Mm-hmm. That's why we say watch the fats. Good, healthy fats, don't get me wrong, those omega-3s, those avocados, all that good jazz. That's great, but we don't want to have that fried food because when you eat the calories of fat, your body's going to hold on to 97% of it. Or if you were to substitute that with a little bit more protein, you're going to be only holding on to 80% of those calories.
Okay. All right. Oh, good to know. All right. So, is it possible to, to succeed in these goals that we're talking about? I mean, right now I'm specifically referring to myself, but I do know in talking to a lot of people, and that's why I actually started all this, is because it was fascinating to me that, year in and year out, people make this resolution, but heck, nobody freaking finishes it, And one of the number one things, and you and I talked about this, was time. Time for everything. I mean, it's like no one has the time, or no one is willing to make the time. I don't know which it is, but time is an issue. Even when it comes down to making a healthy meal. Now, the nutritionist that I had on, nutrition coach, she pretty much broke it down to where, it basically came down for the meals. It came down to planning. You plan your meals through the week. But for working out, the magic number was 30. And so basically 30 or less. Is that a realistic number to get a good workout in?
100%. So most of the training sessions that I do, I get people are busy, they have crazy lives. A lot of my sessions are 30 minutes.
Okay.
And you can ask any day one of my clients. They're like, oh man, I can rock it to them in 30 minutes. Granted, I'm there pushing them, but in the beginning phase, 30 minutes is, you might only need 30 minutes of intense exercise. Mm-hmm. And that's accounting for rest and all of the above. The best way in 30 minutes to do it is going to be that high intensity interval training. Mm-hmm. Now don't let the word high intensity scare you away. What that simply means is that you are going to be doing one exercise followed by another, followed by another, followed by another, and then you get your rest time in. So let's say you've got 15 minutes. I'm going to ask you to do 10 squats, followed by 10 wall push-ups, followed by 30 seconds of Russian twist, which is basically a substitute for crunching. That's not as hard on you. Mm-hmm. Followed by a plank hold. So that's 2 core exercises, an upper body and a lower body. You kind of hit full body right there. That's 4 exercises. That's it. You'll do those 4, then give yourself a 2-minute rest period. Repeat 3 times. You can get that done in 10 to 15 minutes. Go along your day, and you are going to see results just from that. And as you form more energy, because you're building more muscle, so you have more energy when you gain more muscle, you can start tacking on a little bit more. It is more than efficient to do it. It's just the act of showing up that is going to be the most critical thing for you to do, and shifting that mindset of, instead of, man, I have to work out. No, you get to work out. You get to have the choice right now. You aren't being thrust into this situation of, this is a life or death right now. You have to lose this weight. You get to work out. You get to make the change. Change isn't happening to you. You are creating the change. You are challenging yourself. It's not going to be easy. Don't think it's going to be easy. Life is a dogfight. But you want to be number one. You want to be the best you possibly can be only way to do that is get yourself comfortable with being uncomfortable. If everything was easy, everybody would do it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't feel uncomfortable at some point in your workout, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. If you do 10 squats and you're like, oh, it was simple, and just go on your way, that means you need to push yourself a little bit harder because you're still in your comfort realm. Mm-hmm. Change doesn't happen from comfort. You have to step outside into that uncomfortable world to then make the changes. And you get to have that time. We all have 1,440 minutes in the day. Every single person wakes up with that precious time. How you spend it is up to you. And it's not saying I either get to work out or I get to whatever it is you do in the morning. It's how can I work out and get my routine in. Mm-hmm. It's asking how can I instead of either or. There's always a solution. You just have to be willing to figure it out.
Okay. I like that. It's not I have to. Basically it's I want to. I get to.
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like having a career that you enjoy. Where you look up at the clock and you go, oh my God, it's how the time has flown, as opposed to you look at the clock and go, oh man, it's only at that job that you are not too particularly fond of, you know what I mean? So,
exactly, and it's being intentional with your time. Really quick, I know we're on a clock, but it's about the intentionality with your time. If you wake up not knowing what you're going to be doing, you have no aim, you're just waking up like it's an accident, mm-hmm. You're not going to have that proper time to get everything in that you want to. However, if you wake up, you're like, okay, I got to get up at 7 o'clock. From 7 to 7:05, I'm going to have myself that little wake-up time. 7:05 to 7:10, I'm going to get my shoes on so I can start working out. By 7:10 to 7:30, I'll be done with my workout. 7:30, I'm going to eat my breakfast because I already prepped my overnight oats for that morning because I know that's that complex carbohydrate that's going to give me that long-term energy for the day. It takes me about 5 minutes to consume that. It's being super intentional in getting yourself on a routine and sticking to that routine that's going to set you up for success.
Now, do you eat prior to a workout or no? Because I see people drink.
So I do fasted cardio for the most part. If I'm doing a quick morning workout, a lot of times, yes, I will actually do it in a fasted state where I haven't consumed anything. And then I'll have my overnight oats as my tried and true that I have every single morning and have for about a year now. I have that, which is that protein carbohydrate blend that I would need right after my workout. Mm-hmm. If it's later on in the day, I'll make sure that I've had some kind of nutritional meal within me so I can go full force in that workout and not feel like I'm drained from the day that I've already had. Okay.
So, now, you sent me some information, and guys, the information that she sent me, there's a website. As a matter of fact, it's your website, right? To you, right? That's what you sent me.
That is correct.
Okay. So, oh my God. Now, I know, and you are not breathing if you didn't feel the energy coming from this woman, okay? I mean,
I get a little fired up.
Yeah, wow. It's like, woo, okay, just fan the speaker here. But I'm going to include that website in the description. Now, Nicole, there are some people with, injuries, such as myself, and we've discussed that, and I think that's why you mentioned that, without having to do crunches or whatnot. But, some people have to go different ways in order to, achieve their goals in exercise. Some people need low impact. Some people, they may be, I'm getting a little extreme here, but they may be in a wheelchair or something. Do you have different types of, workout routines on your site?
So there's going to be two different routes. There's definitely a lot of different things that you'll find on my website. If you go on my Instagram account, which is at nicole.lane.training, I actually post a lot of different workout routines on that where you will find low impact, non-crunch core exercises. Some solely focus on core. It's just across the board. You're going to find the actual videos there in the descriptions of how to do the exercises on the Instagram page. On my website itself, you're going to have descriptions on types of workouts, types of mindset trainings as well, from different row variations, squat variations, all that kind of stuff you will find on the website.
Okay, sounds great. All right, so Nicole, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with the guys here. Thank you so much for being here with me. Oh my God, like I said, guys, wow. I mean, like I said, you are not breathing right now, or not physically breathing, if you didn't feel the energy that was coming from this particular show. Holy moly. All right, so thank you so much for being on with me. And you and I will most definitely be hooking up, because, you know, I have put myself out there, and I'm actually going to be chronicling these shows, or my workouts rather. And good, bad, or indifferent, you know, I'm going to be up close and personal, but, you know, I'm going to be asking your assistance to keep pushing me down the right path there. All right?
Oh, you know where to find me. You know, if you ever need that extra dose of motivation for the day, or just some little shake up in your routine, I am always here to help you out, and you know that. So come find me. I got you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Have a wonderful day, and again, thank you for being here with me. Talk to you soon.
Stacie, it was my honor. Thank you. Have a fantastic day.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, my God. Guys, like I said, I am going to put Nicole's information in the description below. And please, you need to go and check out her site. Now, most important, and like really, really important, do not, and I repeat, do not start any type of physical activity, training, whatever you want to call it, without first consulting, you know, your physician. You know, you go to, you know, Dr. Bob there, and you go, or Marsha, whatever, and you go, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. And, you know, they will go, well, hey, great, you know, do that. Or they may go, oh, hey, no, you shouldn't be doing that. You know, maybe you might want to think about doing something else. Okay, so always, even if you know, going to start to do, you know, one of the diets that, you know, many diets that are out there, you should always consult a physician. Okay, your physician, if you have a, you know, a family physician or whatnot, just to make sure everything's cool. You know, just make sure everything's on the up and up. Everything's good. All right, guys, if you like the content on the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And I'm telling you, make sure you hit that notification bell, because you do not want to miss any of these uploads. I'm telling you, you do not, especially when we get started on my personal challenge, which, again, I hope you will be taking with me. All right? I'm Stacie Lamar. This is Chopping It Up, and we'll see you on the next upload.